Mr. Bill Long. You bet.
I'd like to thank both of you for staying and listening to what we have to say. You know, you're coming up these steps here, it sort of feels like, did you ever see, I'm sure you have, when President Obama gets off the airplane, huh? I'm the king of the world is what he looks like when he comes down there. You know, I own everything, don't have to explain nothing. That's sort of what it feels like when you get in the spotlight. My name is Bill Long. I've been raised a family, a large family in Rock Island County, and I've been a taxpayer, a homeowner, and retired, and a career here in the Rock Island area. I know what's going on. I'm here to tell you, you know what the problems are. Everybody's telling you that. Give me a few minutes and I want to tell you the rest of the story. Why are things the way they are? I've got some things here, and I'm going to spend a little time on one item, and then I'm going to breeze through the rest of them. As everybody knows that knows me, I have a hard time saying good morning in 3 minutes. But I'll be around here a while to talk to you. As Mike touched on, is a committee system is what's going on around here. Now, I go to a lot of meetings, and to give you a good example, the Finance Committee, the one I went to recently, they went in there, like Mike says, there's about 8 people, 5 or 6 of them get there, 2 or 3 of them know what's going on. They get a pile of paper like this, they got 20 minutes to read it, they vote on it. Next meeting, they bring it to the county board meeting. The chairman stands up and says, I move we accept the report. The other 23 people get to vote on it. 2 people in that whole room know what the hell they're voting on. They don't know what is in there. They never seen it. They never got to discuss it. They never nothing. Just the few people on that board. That's what the problem lies. Nobody gets a say-so on what's going on. So there's some things I'm going to touch on if I get elected to the county board when I'm in there representing you and everybody else in Rock Island County that I think we need to look at. One of them is public involvement in union negotiations. You and me, we pay these wages. We're the taxpayers. We should have something to say about what they give them in raises. Not 3 guys that are also retired union members on the board talking to the union, give them a raise and say, get a tax increase. I want to dissolve most, if not all, the internal committees, blend them together, get rid of them if they're not there. I want to review and post all external committee appointments. You know, we've got about 30 different people in the county that are appointed by the county board king, Mr. Bonzak, and he gets to do whatever he wants to do, whoever it is, and they go out and they represent us on these boards. He's the one that says that. Who's he to say it is? We want these people on the board to tell us what it is, and then the board pick these people. We have people that are on the board meet once a month. Mike says you're on 2 or 3 committees. That means you're there 2 or 3 more meetings. Maybe we ought to consider going to weekly meetings since you're going there anyhow. Why have a committee of 8 meeting at 2 in the afternoon when you're supposed to be working or you can't get there, the kids are in school, and then bring it to let the other guys vote on it. So maybe we ought to look at the weekly meetings. We have to address the closed meeting method, the reason for these and the frequencies and why. Should it be changed? We got to change the compensation system, hands down. It's got to be changed. It's going to be per diem. If you're there, you get paid. If you're not, you don't. You might represent your people when you're out in the home and around for the month, but they're paying you to be there to that meeting and vote on the things that are going to affect your district, not just sit there and take a phone call once in a while. We're going to change the way that the chairman is either appointed or elected. The public should elect him, or maybe it should be a hired professional to be the chairman of the board. People say if we get a smaller district board, we're going to have to hire a professional. Christ, we got one we're paying $100,000 now, the chairman of the board. We don't have to hire nobody. Let's put him to work. We built a great facility in the Hope Creek home out there. It's a nice home. What have we proved? We've proved that we don't know how to run it. We can't run it. We've hired people. We've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. We got by, but it's mismanaged. Maybe we should overlook the whole thing. maybe we ought to sell it and put it in the hands of professionals. Got to be looked at. We got to continue to investigate downsizings. We got to review the conflict of interest that is on our board. A lot of people on that board are involved with a lot of things that affect the board. They sign a conflict of interest statement. That isn't enough. We got to make sure it's there. Nepotism and favoritism. When you apply for a job, Rock-Island County should be on the application. I have the following relatives that are on the board or involved in county government. And so we know, and it should be stated. We got to look at maybe live TV coverage for the board meetings. Rock-Island County Board does it, or Rock-Island City. Why can't the board put us on TV on MediaCom? We got to review and enforce our ethics standards. Right now we got a board of 2 that don't even know what's going on. They come around and say if something is wrong. And the other thing that we got to approach is, like Mike said, you get this pile of paperwork, and it tells you what's going on at the meeting, and then you come back and vote on it at the next meeting. You got to get a time in between there to absorb what the information is in this meeting. And you got to do that. Maybe we should go to weekly meetings, present it one week, vote it the next week or the next month. Maybe a 30-day window in there as to when we should be able to vote on these certain things. I'd like to notice, for people to notice, if he ain't around, where's Steele? Steele Anderson's out getting a drink. He's my pal, he's 8 years old. I got another friend down here, Mr. Seaholm, that I've met. I haven't seen him for 45 years. Everybody in this county is important, not just those 8 or 9 people that go into Bonzak's office, tell them what's going to go on and bring it back out to us. Thank you. I'm Bill Long, and I'm running for the county board.